I'm curious about the impact of currency values on foreign investment.
No. The reason why you shouldn't care about foreign currency appreciation, exempting extreme values, extreme outliers, right, is because most currencies generally in the world tend to keep their value. Okay, that's number one. Number two, when you enter and exit, you're going to get your value back in that currency. That's number two. Number three, most currencies, like we said, are stable. So, and when I say most currencies, I'm not talking about extremely volatile. I'm talking about mostly relatively stable currencies. They will retain their value. So, for me, the most important thing is what is the value proposition of the company or business that I'm investing in, not the value of the currency. That's the last thing I think about.
I wonder how currency values impact travel and tourism.
That's a great question. It does impact you as a traveler or a tourist because if let's say you have $1,000 and some other currency where you're going to becomes stronger. So $1,000 used to be equivalent to, for example, $1,000 in the country that you're going to. Now suddenly it expanded. Now $1,000 is not equal to $1,000 anymore. $1,000 is only equal to $900. So the other currency became stronger. So now you have to deal with the issue that you are dealing with a currency that is stronger than what you thought you were going to be, right? So that doesn't happen too often, especially in stable countries. It doesn't happen that often. And if it does happen, if you're coming from a stable country, like let's say, quote unquote, developed country, you are better off stable compared to the lesser known countries. So for the problem happens more so the opposite way. So let's say you come from a smaller country or a less developed country, go into a bigger country, and you have a lot of political turmoil. That's who it affects the most. So what I have to say about that is there's not really anything you can do. Cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin are there that you can buy as a hedge, if it's legal in your country. But other than that, really, I can't really think of anything else to think of to suggest.
I wonder how these oil reserves impact social development.
That's a pretty big question, but I can tell you one thing: oil reserves are not the only way that people can generate energy for cars, fuel, whatever. We have other sources of energy, including nuclear energy. We have other sources such as environmentally friendly energy, such as what do you call wind energy. We've got hydroelectric. Um, the point is that people go to fossil fuel because it's the most effective way or the cheapest way to get it. Having said that, nuclear energy is very, very underrated. There's for those of you who know this, it's very simple, right? There's fusion, there's fission. Most nuclear reactors based off of fission, which is a dangerous process. That's why people, lobbies, interest groups talk about fission as a dangerous process for nuclear energy. But there is a concept called fusion, a scientific principle of fusion, which is extremely less likely to be dangerous, which can be used to create all of our nuclear clean energy. And that is something where the forefront of nuclear energy is clean energy. Aside from this, wind energy, what do you call the hydroelectric energy is there, but not to a level of nuclear fusion energy. So that technology is being stifled because of big interest groups, I think. And those interest groups have to realize that you can only suppress people and suppress knowledge and truth and science to a certain level. You cannot do that forever.